Welcome! If you're gearing up for your very first job interview, you've come to the right place. This is your playbook for success. We're going to walk through a step-by-step guide that's all about trading that anxiety for some real solid confidence. Okay, let's jump right in. So first things first, let's ask a really important question. What are interviews actually about? You might think it's some big test where you have to be perfect and have all the right answers, but honestly, especially for your first job, the real story is something totally different and way less stressful. You know, top business schools like Harvard actually have a framework that's kind of like a secret decoder for interviews. They call it the 3 C's. First up is capability. Can you basically do the job? Second, communication. Can you get your thoughts across clearly? And notice that word clearly, not with perfect, fancy English. And third, culture fit. Are you someone the team would actually want to work with? That's the secret right there. It's not about being perfect. It's about showing them who you really are. So here's our game plan. We'll start with the real goal of an interview, then we'll build up your personal foundation. After that, we've got a pre-interview checklist. We'll talk about how to master the conversation itself, and finally, what to do after that final handshake. All right, let's get into section 1, the real goal of interviews. Seriously, getting this part right is the key to taking off so much pressure and just being yourself. I love this slide because it just flips the whole script. Your job isn't to have perfect grammar. It's just to be clear. It's not about trying to impress them with crazy stories. It's about being honest about what you know. And it's about being confident in what you can do, not arrogant. This mindset shift, it's your secret weapon. Okay, so now let's build on that awesome mindset. Welcome to Section 2, Building Your Personal Foundation. You know, the best interview answers, they're not made up on the spot. They come from doing a little homework on yourself first. Think of these as the 4 pillars you need to build. Just take a little time to think through these things. Your story, your main strengths, one honest weakness that you're working on, and your goals for the future. Just jot them down in simple terms. Trust me, these are the building blocks for almost any question they can throw at you. All right, moving on to section 3, your pre-interview checklist. We've done the thinking part. Now let's get into the practical, hands-on stuff you absolutely have to do before the big day. Here are the non-negotiables. Do a little research on the company. Knowing just 1 or 2 things makes you look great. Focus on clear, functional English. And you have to practice out loud. Harvard research shows this kind of practice is one of the biggest keys to success. And then there's the simple stuff. Plan a clean outfit and know exactly how you're getting there. You don't want to be late. Now, before we go any further, I want you to burn this sentence into your brain. This might be the single most powerful phrase you can use in an interview. It takes a moment where you feel stuck and turns it into a showcase of your honesty and great attitude. We'll come back to this, I promise. And that phrase is the perfect way to start mastering the conversation, which brings us to section 4. This is all about what you do and say when you're actually in the hot seat. So let's break down the classic opener. Tell me about yourself. Don't panic. It's super easy with this 3-part structure. Who you are, what you're good at, and where you want to go. For example, I'm Suresh. I just completed my diploma in electrical engineering. I really enjoy solving technical problems, and I want to grow my career in this field. Boom! Simple, clear, perfect. And remember, you're communicating long before you even say a word. Research shows interviewers often make up their mind in the first 30 seconds, and a lot of that is body language. So just sit up straight, make some friendly eye contact, offer a natural smile, and try to keep those nervous jitters, like tapping your feet, in check. It screams confidence. Okay, but what about that moment we all dread? The interviewer asks you some super technical question, and your mind just goes blank. What do you do then? You take a breath. You stay calm, and you use our magic phrase, I am not sure about that, but I am willing to learn. See, this isn't admitting you failed. It shows you're self-aware and you have a positive attitude about growing. Any manager is going to love that. It's a huge win. Now, toward the end of the interview, they're almost guaranteed to ask, so, do you have any questions for us? The one answer you never, ever want to give is just, nope. Not having questions can make it seem like you're not that interested. So having 1 or 2 smart questions ready to go is a game changer. And here are some great examples of what to ask. Asking about the most important skills or what a typical day is like. Well, these kinds of questions show you're really thinking about the job and picturing yourself doing it well. It's such a simple way to show you're serious. And finally, we're at section 5, after the final handshake. Believe it or not, the interview isn't totally over when you stand up to leave. There are a couple of small things you can do to finish strong and leave an amazing last impression. Okay, quick rundown. If they bring up salary, a great, safe answer is, I'm open to a reasonable salary based on company standards. This keeps your options open. Always end with a simple, sincere thank you for the opportunity. It's just polite and professional. And a quick thank you message later, it's optional, but it's a really nice touch. So let's end on the most important idea of all. You don't need to be perfect, you just need to be prepared. Your positive attitude, your honesty, and that willingness to learn, that stuff matters so much more than a perfect performance. So go out there and show them you're prepared. You got this.